Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is a damn good day today. My name's Jade and this is How to App on iOS. And, massive sigh of relief on my end. I hope you're all doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah. Howdy do. Let's start off. Say hello to people in the chat. What's going on? Well, we've got a full house already. Gary Hubbs, Tom Rochelle, Benedict Stewart, Nico Ma Official, SM Borthwick. I say Tom already. Yeah, I think so. Alex Bacchus, Russ, howdy do. Bubba, I hope you're all doing fucking awesome because I am feeling on fire. So most of you in the live chat have just come across from Pete's live stream. So thank you for making the short walk across the park to here. I'm relieved at the same time, but scared too because I'm about to start a new project straight away. So thank you for joining me over here. Thank you to everybody. If you're watching over on Facebook in the GarageBand Users Group, if the sound's horrible over there, we'll jump on over to YouTube because the sound's better here. But leave a comment over there as well as we are live streaming there too. So what happened overnight? Well, what happened yesterday? After I finished the stream yesterday, we looked at my EP at the final stages I was at. We isolated all the vocals. I said I was going to go away and add some samples to the start of the song. On review, I started adding those samples and they didn't need them. So I just left it. I thought it was needless. I didn't want to waste time on something that didn't need to be there when the songs say enough. But as you will remember, I was asking for advice or trying to come up with an idea for the middle part of one of the songs to put in some kind of inspirational speech or something in there because there was something lacking in the middle of the song World Divided. Well, I came up with something so good. To me, it's so good, all right, that when I heard it back for the first time when I was mixing it down, I literally started crying. That sounds pathetic, but it did happen. So if we pop over to... And during Pete's show, it was released. I can't believe it. I uploaded it at... so look, it's under 12 hours that DistroKid released it to iTunes, so Apple iTunes and Apple Music. I uploaded it at around 10:30, 11 p.m. and it's now 8 a.m. So in less than 12 hours, it's already on the stores. And here it is in all its glory. So I don't know why they've put single on it. I think I can write to DistroKid and get them to fix that up because I've had that happen before. But it is an EP. The price that they put on it in Australia is really weird. It's like $5.03. Bizarre. I don't know. So while we're here, I don't want to. I'm not really going to play the album or anything because you've all heard enough of it. What I do want to play is the middle bit of this song to get, because I reckon it's cool. It's my favorite bit of the whole album. Can you believe it? I spent a month writing this whole album and it gets down to the last day. And my favorite bit of it is this stupid spoken word bit I put over the top that has a whole bunch of tornado sirens in the background. They're only really subtle as well. So we'll play that bit. Make sure it's not too loud here. Don't want to blow everyone's eardrums. Is it playing? Oh, hang on a minute. We got to do this. Man, I love my Steinberg UR22. Every time I start a new chat, I have to turn it off and on. There we go. So I'll get to the middle bit. So it's just after the solo here. I end up doing the spoken word myself. I love it. World divided. No one's united. We're all just slaves in a world divided. I looked for quotes and things like that. I just couldn't find the right thing for it. And just repeating the lyrics just made more sense with a whole bunch of sirens in the background. So really happy with that. Happy days. I can't believe it's actually out. So I want to thank you all for all your support on my channel over here, for watching the whole progress of the thing. I won't lie, it's been incredibly stressful. There were times where I didn't think I'd actually finish it. I know 3 songs was biting off way too much to chew, and then doing drums for Pete's thing as well. But we got there. So, and it was a few days late, and it came about just from pacing myself and not getting stressed. So I'm really happy with that. I didn't play the solos, so there's only one solo on the album, Bubba, and that was played by James, who was in the chat yesterday. So he did a few licks in each song, so there are only little solo bits he did over the top, but I played everything else. I played the drums on my drum kit, on my E-drum kit, bass, guitar, and all the vocals, so and all that stuff. So exciting shit. What are we going to cover today? So let's do this first, because I put a post up on GarageBand Users Group and create, record, release. So there's a whole bunch of apps at the moment that are all on sale for 99 cents. And I seriously do suggest, if you're in the market for some really good apps that are cheap, grab them, because they're a buck. A buck. You can't get anything better than that unless it's a fuck. So, and all of these apps are normally, as you can see here, $19, $14.99, $14.99, $9.99. I mean, these are expensive apps. One of them I've covered, this Roxin guitar synthesizer. Turns your guitar into a synth. It's amazing. If you haven't got it, it's 99 cents. Get it. It'll change your life. Won't change your life, but it'll make times fun on your guitar anyway. What did I get? So I purchased... Look, I went and got heaps of them. I got Tone Stack. I had Tone Stack Go, but I got Tone Stack. I got Caspar, Galileo, Cauldron, and Magellan too. So I bought an absolute swag of them. All the rest I already had, so that's cool. But the sale's only there for about a day. So that's what I'm pretty sure I heard. G'day Andy in the chat. And Metallian, welcome aboard. And g'day Dom. Welcome aboard. So yeah, grab these apps. They're worth it. Even if you only grab 3 of them, it's $5, man. $5, not even coffee. And I'm sure you'll be able to make some really great stuff with those apps. So what are we doing today? We're starting a small little series here. I know, crazy shit. I'm jumping straight into recording another not a new song, but something else. So a song that this has already been started last year. This is a year old. So there's a couple of reasons I'm doing this. Firstly, let's talk. So it's about a collaboration, and this is how to collaborate and not get disheartened, and how to remember to go back to a collaboration if you do get disheartened, and how to, I guess, conversate with the person you're collaborating with, so you both understand what's going on. So at the end of this week, I'm going to actually have the person, Steve Marra, hopefully if all goes to plan, because things can change, on the show on Friday, and we're going to run through an interview with him to get to know him and his music, and how we did this process on how to get this song together. Because as I said, we started this nearly exactly a year ago, and then it got put on the back burner, and I think now's the perfect time to smash into it and just fix and sort it out and record it. So we're going to jump over YouTube first, and we'll show you how this all began. So Steve created this song in GarageBand, and then he uploaded it to his YouTube channel, and then copied a link into the GarageBand Users Guide. And God, you can see the videos I watch here in my recently watched. So there's a lot of snake videos I watch, and spider breeding videos, and wrestling videos, And there's some tornado warning sounds, which I was sampling. Atheist stuff. Anyway, we don't want to see all that shit. So he released this song up on YouTube. I heard it and was like, holy shit, I really love this song. I reckon I could add some guitar to this, and I could add some drums to this in parts, and I could create some really cool vocals over the top of it. So I messaged Steve Marra and said, hey man, I really love that song that you've done. Would you mind sharing the GarageBand project with me and let me spew my guitar and a few things on it and some keys and just add to it, because I can hear I can hear something bigger than what this is, even though if you know Steve Marra's music, he creates these elaborate orchestral movie epic experiences with his music. I felt I could add these little touches to turn it into a rock song inspired by Muse. So without further ado, let's play the whole thing. So it only goes for about 3 minutes, but enjoy this track. This is, I heard this and was just like, oh my God, I want to be a part of this. So hopefully it's, whoa, here we go. I'll turn my stupid voice off. Okay, so that's what Steve uploaded to YouTube, and I heard that and was like, oh my God, man. I don't know, like, to what most people hear when they hear that, but to me, I heard so much more, man. I immediately came up with a vocal melody for that and was singing along to it. I had no idea if he had words or anything, but I was working with the title, which is Winter is Coming, and Oh, I've probably missed Metallion, but buy Metallion! And before I do go on, there's a really good ad for DistroKid there. So it seems Andy Goldsby is in the chat here, uploaded his new album from the Indigo Sunsets, which if you haven't heard of those guys, you will soon, because they're fucking awesome. It looks like he's just said here he uploaded his, from what I'm gathering, I think he's uploaded his album. And yeah, no problem. Alex is leaving us as well. Have a good night. So Andy has uploaded the album, and there's been an issue with a couple of the songs. And as he said here in the chat, he's reached out to DistroKid, and they've been fantastic about it. And they are, man. DistroKid are amazing. I can't sing their praises enough. I've had issues in the past with releasing some of my stuff with album covers and shit, and I've made little complaints about them here and there, but it is what it is. It's more Apple's style guide that is the problem. So, but as you can see with my release too, I uploaded it less than 12 hours ago, and it's already in the stores. So, good to hear that they're looking after you also, Andy, with your release, and I can't wait for it to come out. I've been hanging for that more than anything else lately. So, with this track, basically what we did next was, now if you don't know this, to start a collaboration, obviously you need to reach out to the person you want to collaborate with or make contact with somebody, because doing it alone isn't a collaboration, it's a masturbation. But you want to reach out to somebody, flesh out some ideas if you want to work together, listen to each other's stuff, and then you get to the stage of sharing the project. So how do you share a project, especially a GarageBand project? And to be safe with any project that you are sharing, to do a collaboration, it is always best to zip it up. So how do we do this? The way to do it is to open up your Files app. Files app is your friend. So I'll show you how to do that very quickly just with a GarageBand project here. And let's do it with that particular one. Winter is coming. So here's one here. So I've got this one here. So I'm going to, what do we want to do? Don't want to go to browse. I want to go to iCloud Drive. Let's get rid of this. Let's go into my GarageBand files. So this Winter is coming 1.4. If I select this file, add a dot to it, and then you can go down here to the bottom to more, click on that, and you're able to compress that file into a zip. So once you do that, it starts zipping it up into a zip file, and there it is, ready to go in your Files app. Don't do this in GarageBand. Actually do it in your Files app, because it won't work in GarageBand. I know the file system looks exactly the same. As we flick from there to GarageBand, I know they look exactly the same, but ensure that you are in the Files app. And there is your zip file. And what do you do from there? You've got heaps of options to share it. You can share it across things like Dropbox. You can share it via iCloud if the user you're sharing with has an iCloud account. And when you do it that way, when you make modifications to that particular file, if you don't have to zip it if you're sharing via iCloud, but if you make a modification to it, the other person will see the modification. It's not a good way to do it, because if you're working on that project and you haven't saved a different copy of it and the other person adds something to it, you go back to it and things can change and it can get very confusing. So this is probably the best way to do it. The way I work is save it in a zip file and then share it. So how do you share it? You've got a whole shit ton of options here. If you hit select, and select the zip file and then go down here to share, you'll get your share sheet pop up, and you can share it across multiple things. So you've got Dropbox here. I use iCloud Drive for a lot of my stuff. So you can share it in an email. You've got an email there. You can share it across if it's small enough, across an iMessage. You've got a whole lot of different methods to share with. So through Google Drive, I have the Mega app here, you can see. So I have Mega, Google Drive. You can share it multiple ways. And then all the person has to do once they get the file is they open it up again in the Files app and click on it. and bang, it opens up. And then you're ready to open it up in GarageBand. It's that easy. It's not rocket science. So let's jump in and have a look at the original file that was sent to me by Steve, now that we know all of that. So here's a GarageBand, and the original file should be... Where is it? I don't even know where it is. Let's see. I should get my spelling correct. So this winter is coming here. So you'll see written next to it, it says modified by me. So this was the original one, and this was sent via iCloud. So this is still sitting in iCloud. So, and I noticed today Steve had done some updates to it. I'm not working off this one. As you can see, I've made copies of it since then. But I'll open this one just to show you what he sent me originally. So here is the project that you initially heard in that YouTube thing, but I have made some changes to it. So I've added my own drum kit here. Because what I hear in this song is, in the choruses, I wanted to change from an electronic kit to a real drum kit, because I'm trying to create like an electronic and rock song smashed together. So the verses are an electronic kit and the choruses are a natural drum kit. So if you hear... So I've added a new drum kit in here. But again, with this project, this is all still set to exactly how he sent it to me. So I did some rearranging, because this song is more of just it builds and then it has this drop, and then it builds back up and ends on a build. It doesn't really have your typical song structure, so it hadn't been written to have a vocal verse and then a vocal chorus around it. So we'll get out of here and jump into the next version of it, where I think it's... Let's make sure. Could be this one. You'll understand why I'm confused here, because this project has slowly disappeared out of GarageBand and I moved it across over to Auria Pro. So that's where it's ended up now, and that's where it'll be finished. So I started moving stuff around in here, and then I added... I think in this one, have I added? Yeah, I've added my own parts. Yeah, let's have a listen to these. So there's some guitar parts I started to add in. So these are just rough ideas that I was throwing in. Let's move forward a little bit, so to this version. And as you can see, things have really started to change here. So there's a couple of drum kits in here. Parts have started to move around. Then I've added in some of my own keys in here. I've actually added in my own melody line. I'll play you a bit of that. So So it's kind of following my vocal melody. You hear also the real drums kick in now. And then we go back to electronic drums. So from there, if most of you are viewers of my show, you'll know what the next step was for me, was to take the drums, because as you can see here, they're all in these single tracks. And this was actually before I had an electronic drum kit, so I was just programming these with my fingers. And then I split apart these drum tracks into kick drum, snare, hi-hat, cymbals, ride, toms, all of that. And then began the process of transferring all of Steve's tracks over into Auria Pro. So his bass line, all these synth sounds, his drum sounds, my drum sounds, and then the extra synths that I added in. And I scrapped all these guitar tracks to start working over in Auria Pro. So let's jump over to Auria Pro and have a look here. And I've got low memory warnings. That's because Auria Pro likes to use all my memory. So let's just delete all this crap running in the background. And let's do this just to make sure I've got plenty of RAM happening at the moment. I'm just going to do a quick cleanup of my RAM. This will take a few moments. There we go. So now I have a good load of RAM. So I've got 3.7 gig of RAM available to play with. And let's jump in here. And here is the project in Auria Pro. So, didn't want to do that. So as you can see, if we just go through the tracks here, starting from the top, we have my kicks, a snare. So we've got some cymbals, we've got a ride. And it looks like the way I've done this, I'm not sure. So there's no toms. I haven't put any toms in this song. That's why there's toms missing. Then we've got a electronic kit here, another E kit here. And then we start moving into all of the parts Steve has placed. So we've got bass, 70s, or all these things here. These are all Steve's tracks. So there's a lot of tracks. Bells tracks, glockenspiels, brass. Then I've gone ahead, so all he's plucking, all this stuff, and then I've gone ahead and started adding in my own bass track and electric guitar tracks. So let's have a look at the track view here. And yes, how many tracks do we have? Man, it's a big song. So we've got 44 tracks in this song, and a lot of the vocals here will be removed. So that is something to be aware of. So let's go down and have a look where the vocals are, and I'm going to pull them out straight away. I do believe, let's have a listen. So there's my bass. So we'll remove all these vocals. Sweet. So what we've got in here now is added my bass, some of my synth stuff, my electric guitars, and let's have a listen to it as it stands right now, because what I'm going to be doing during this week is touching up some of the guitars, making sure they're all good, fixing one of the lead tracks because I think it's out of tune. My guitar was out of tune, and then I'll be actually going through all the vocals this week, nailing all the vocals, and by the end of this week, we're going to release this on DistroKid under the name Marra Jade, because I'm Jade and that's Steve Marra. So, and that is going to be this project. So the good thing is I've already, I can see Russ has just written here in the chat, good luck mixing that. A lot of it already has been mixed. Now remember, so this is what I want to touch on as well. This project actually started last year, exactly around this time last year. And life got in the way for me. I got held up doing a lot of other things. And I knew I would get back to this, but at the time when I was trying to sing the vocals for this, I was really struggling vocally. So I put it on the back burner because it was upsetting me and I wasn't healthy enough to be able to pull off the vocals I wanted to do. But now I believe I'm in the right space. So if you are at a stage where you're creating something, the lesson that I'm trying to give out of this, I guess, is if you are feeling frustrated with things, even collaborations and such, don't write them off. Just put them over there. Just put a tea towel over them and just don't look at them for a little bit, but keep them in the back of your mind. And especially if you're doing a collaboration with somebody, be upfront and honest about it. Like all the way through this collaboration, like I've told Steve straight up, I'm just unable to get my fucking head around it right now. So we'll get to it. And we hadn't spoken because during the summer in the States, he's really busy with his life. And that's why this song's called Winter is Coming, because in the winter, Steve's available to make music. So it's come around again, amazingly enough, for that time that he's ready to make music again. And it's just worked out right because our communication has been, I can't do it right now, we'll get to it. And funnily enough, we just started messaging each other a couple of weeks ago and it was like, you know what, let's get this thing done. So don't feel, you know, that you if you've fallen behind on something, just put it away for a bit. Just save it in a folder and come back to it. And you know what? You may not ever use it as the full song that it was, but you may use a part of it for something new that you're doing. So always hold on to these things and don't get discouraged by or think that you've failed because, you know, you've fallen behind on something. Because for the longest time, I felt really bad that I let Steve down on this. But hopefully my communication has been enough that I just couldn't have done it justice at the time. Anyway, rabbiting on too much, but I want people to be clear on, I want to encourage you to just push through, and if you can't push through, put it away, do something else, you know? So let's have a listen to it. I love this song. I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's really catchy, and I can't wait to add the vocals to it. So here we go. Let's have a listen. I may sing along with it, because I love it. Do I have the lyrics? I'm pretty sure I do.
Blowing in from another space. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
So yeah, that's it. And yeah, you guys probably have heard it before because I think I played a bit of it on another show saying that I was going to be heading to doing it at some stage soon. But Songtember came along and yeah, that got in the way. But because I'm on a roll of producing at the moment and I feel like I can smash this out, get it done, I think it'll really rock. But yeah, that's it for this. So what I'll be doing is I'm taking a day off today from vocals. And it definitely definitely has a Matt Bellamy influence. Look, I won't lie, it's immediately the thing I heard from the song. It's what I heard. I heard a Muse thing and it inspired the guitars straight away. And I think Steve writes such beautifully operatic and massive classical pieces that they lend themselves to being able to create very Muse material. And I love Muse a lot. I really haven't written a song that is too similar to Muse, but it was definitely influenced here. And, I've written the lyrics are about winter and hibernating during the winter for some. But then the lyrics are about how for others, winter is the time for people to blossom. So it's just, there's a lot of, I don't know, I can't think of the word for it. So seasonal changes don't affect everyone the same. That's what the song is about. So don't let seasons dictate your life unless they do. What am I talking about? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So today my plan is to go through this and have a mix of it. Won't be doing any singing. And I'm just going to play around with some guitar a bit later on this afternoon. Probably going to have a beer today and celebrate my album coming out because it's a big achievement for me. And what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to have a look at Final Touch on iPad. 100% guaranteed, and we're going to go through all of the features, all of the settings, and what each section does, so you've got a better understanding on how to use it to the particular music or the song that you're doing, and how to underuse Final Touch to your advantage. Because I know, like a lot of shows that I do, even looking at Auria Pro here, how looking at all these tracks, it can be like, wow, there's a lot of tracks there. What I'm going to be doing different with this recording too, probably, what are we, Tuesday? So probably Thursday's show, you'll see how I'm going to move all these tracks into these buses here at the end. So we'll have drums in one track, guitars in one track, bass in the other, and everything will be in these 8 sub-channels here. So it's a lot easier to mix than looking at 40 to 50 channels over here. So tomorrow will be Final Touch. So if you're interested in mastering your songs and all of that jazz and getting a nice big sound without over compressing your stuff, check out tomorrow's show because that's what it's going to be all about. Less is more when it comes to mastering, and it doesn't have to be hard. Okay? It doesn't have to be hard. Yes, you are late, Mobile Metal. Everybody point at Mobile Metal and then do the horns. Yeah. Good to see you, my friend. Speaking of metal, just because Mobile Metal is metalhead, my EP just dropped today, dude, and I'm super excited. So that is today's show. We'll get an update on this song here on Thursday's show. So not tomorrow, the day after, and then hopefully we'll have it finished by Friday because there really isn't much to do on this song. And then I will converse with my collaboration partner, Steve Marra, and we'll organise uploading it to DistroKid. It may not come out by Friday or be uploaded by Friday, but it should be out by next week. And then hopefully we will have Steve on the show to talk about the whole collaboration process, how he makes his music and all of that jazz. So we got lots of cool stuff coming up for this week. Hang around tomorrow. Final Touch Pro. Thanks as usual for all of you for supporting the show every day and hanging out with me and supporting me through my mental breakdowns during Songtember, but we got through it. All good. Happy days. I am now going to get some sleep for a little bit because I was up very late yesterday. So until tomorrow, folks, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for joining me. And keep making music. Keep being cool. Stay gangster. Stay metal. And just do what makes you happy.